The Sacramento Kings will face the Golden State Warriors in their fourth and final matchup of the regular season. Currently, the Golden State Warriors lead the series 2-1. Can the Kings tie this thing up? I mean, it is Rivals Week.
It is Rivals Week,
Yeah.
right? And I think that the Kings can. Yes, they can tie it up, especially since the Warriors at this stage, because when the Warriors played the Kings this season, it was like maybe in November. Earlier in the season, the Warriors look
Mhm.
different than they look right now. The 2023 start season Warriors look totally different than the 2024 mid-season Warriors, I think. So there is an opportunity for the Kings to really become victorious in this matchup if they just stick to the game plan. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
think so.
what is that? Because the Kings have not looked like the Sacramento Kings either. They're
No.
struggling right now. I think they're
Yeah.
1-4 in their last 5 games. Well, let's
Uh-huh.
talk about the season series so far. Game one against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors were without Draymond. And then they
Hmm.
played them again. They had
Hmm.
Draymond, but then no De'Aaron Fox. And then in the
Right.
third game, everybody played and the Kings won by 1 point. So what happens for game four? And that's why there's so much anticipation regarding this matchup for me.
Yeah, I think that if Mike Brown can do what he does, he will be able to outcoach Steve Kerr at this
Oh,
current stage. So the
yes.
challenge I think that the Warriors have is maybe less. It is the players, yes, they have to exit the game, and I think Steve Kerr is the biggest um, issue right now that the Warriors may have, and I think that that Coach Brown can exploit that. I think he can. So that'll
Yeah,
be
Steve.
how they game.
Steve Kerr has definitely been exploited. He's been exposed. And we talked about this
Yeah.
seasons ago. We talked about his coaching ability
Hmm.
with all of the talent. Now that the talent is dwindling on the Warriors,
Yeah.
how do they look now?
Well, we look at them now, and right now, I
Hmm.
think there is a chemistry issue, confidence issue, chemistry issue because I think that with Draymond's suspension did put some. They have to build that back up, right? Get the momentum back with him playing and all of that. I think the confidence issue is because one of the Splash Brothers, i.e., Clay Thompson, just don't have it anymore. So
He
yeah,
don't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
yeah,
But
he doesn't.
the funny thing is, it's back to Steve Kerr. I think he is now regretting not putting more emphasis on the youth that they had. He did not develop them. He did not play them
No.
in key moments. And this is what we're
Hmm.
seeing. This is
Hmm.
what we're seeing. I mean,
Yeah,
golly. Now, Mike Brown has tinkered with his starting lineup during their losing streak. He tinkered with it a little bit. And I said,
yeah.
oh, okay, good. You got to throw spaghetti on the wall and see what's going to stick right now for the Sacramento Kings because
Right,
I don't think the Kings are a surprise to anybody anymore. We know that they're contenders. They're no
yeah,
longer the dark horse or the sleeper
right.
team or anything like that. We know
Yeah.
about the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100% on that, and I think that one of the things that may come up is what will Draymond and Sabonis do,
Oh,
right? Maybe
yeah.
that's part of Rivals Week, and part of the reason why the Battle of the Northern California teams is so prevalent. And now that Draymond is back, will he be able to control himself? I just can't wait to see it. Yeah, with Demontis Sabonis, considering he did
Uh-huh.
stomp Demontis Sabonis in the chest, he did do it. It's on film.
He
But
did.
he's turned a new leaf, and hopefully we'll
Hmm.
be able to see what that looks like when things don't go his way. And I
Ah,
say him, I'm talking about Draymond Green.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, the Kings added Alex Lynn. They beefed up their inside presence. So if Sabonis can't reign supreme over Draymond, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Also,
They do have Alex Lynn throw a big body in there and just kind of get physical with Draymond
yeah.
as well.
You know what? I want to ask you a question. Do you think that the Warriors are too small?
Yeah, they're too
Hmm.
small. Draymond and Looney, and sometimes Draymond at the center spot. Stop
Mhm.
it. Cut it out. And there's
Yeah.
no offensive punch from those two players. You're just not going to get it. You may get a couple rebounds, but the Warriors at this point, they need chemistry and they need points. They're lacking
Right.
both at this
And
point.
unfortunately, Steph Curry cannot put up all 150. So,
He
yeah,
can't do
you
it.
guys going to have to do something about that. Yeah, I think that there's just something missing from the Warriors. L- Let's now start shifting. And I do agree with you. I think one of the biggest mistakes is that the Warriors are not developing their young talent.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. Now, Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench is nice. Without Draymond in the lineup, we saw a lot of Kuminga
Yeah.
But what does it look like now that Draymond has kind of, solidified his spot back? Kuminga is a talent. Moses Moody as well. I know he's kind of dealing with a few injuries, I believe. But Kuminga's nice. And the Kings and Malik Monk.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I mean, and if they don't want to develop Kaminga, give him to somebody else who will, because he can be an added value to any roster, I believe. And I think that the Warriors are missing out on his greatness because they don't know how to utilize younger players.
Yeah, yeah. And Malik Monk, we know Malik can get you 40 points off the bench. He can get you 16 and 10. He's just that player.
Hmm. I agree
No,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're both looking forward to this game. It's gonna be on TNT, nationally televised. Can't wait to see it. Who wins?
I have the Kings. I have the Kings tying the series for this season, and they'll be victorious in this particular match, this last matchup with the Warriors. I think so. I
Hmm.
have the Kings.
I have the Kings as well.
Oh,
Warriors are struggling, though they are going to bring their A game
yes,
for
of
this
course.
matchup, but they won't reign supreme over the
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings during Rivals Week. Won't happen. All right, so let's look at the next 5 games for the Sacramento Kings. They are on a 7-game road trip, so they're on the road against the Dallas Mavericks. Then they go into Memphis. Then they play Miami Heat, Pacers, and the Chicago Bulls. Tough stretch. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I have them going 3-2, winning against the Mavs, Grizzlies, and Bulls.
oh, really?
Hmm.
Ooh, you ain't gonna believe this. I have them going 1-4. This is gonna be nasty. This is
Oh,
going to be tough.
wow.
Yeah, the only win I have them beating up Memphis Grizzlies because they're depleted right now. But I had them taking the L to the Dallas Mavericks, who, Luka and Kyrie, say what you want to say. They can score some points.
Hmm.
And Miami Heat, you just never know. And the Pacers with Hallie and Pascal. Yeah.
Hallie and Pascal.
So I
Mm.
have the Kings going 1-4 on there. This
Okay.
long road trip.
Yeah. Woo! Get ready.